In this video, we will determine the exact concentration of NaOH in our solution. First, you want to assemble the burette as shown. It's also useful to use a piece of paper while titrating to see if there's a color change. Start by draining the water in your burette. After draining the burette, you should rinse it twice with around 5 milliliters of NaOH each time. After rinsing the burette, fill it up with NaOH solution to above the 0 millimeter calibration mark. After filling it up, drain it to below the 0 calibration mark and record the final volume. Then you want to go to the oven and obtain a couple grams of KHP. Be careful since KHP is lightweight and can easily blow around the lab. While the KHP is cooling, grab and label 3 Erlenmeyer flasks with a Sharpie and tape. Weigh out between 0.3 to 0.4 grams of KHP and put it into each flask. Add 50 milliliters of distilled water and 4 drops of phenolphthalein to the first flask and swirl it to dissolve. Position the flask under the burette to begin titration. Open the stopcock and let the sodium hydroxide drip in while swirling the flask. As the NaOH drips in, the solution will flash pink. As you get closer to the equivalence point, the pink color will stay for longer. Once the pink color stays permanently, the titration is complete. Write down the final volume in the burette. It's important to try to obtain the lightest pink color possible, as a darker pink indicates that you have added too much NaOH. This introduces error and will throw off some of your calculations. Here you can see the solution has an equivalence point with a light pink color. If you add one more drop to the solution, it will overshoot the equivalence point and turn a much brighter pink. Repeat the process 2 more times to calculate an average NaOH concentration. It might be useful to allow the NaOH flow until you're close to the volume that you reached for your first equivalence point, and then letting it drip more slowly. This will help save lab time, but make sure not to overshoot the endpoint.